Hello and welcome to another regulation draft. Today, we are going to be determining the 20 greatest robots of all time. At least as I understand it, this is a Gavin idea, so correct me if I'm wrong. But that's right. What we're doing today, right?
Yeah, yeah, he was very adamant that we do it first also. So, this all feels like Gavin.
I will correct you.
Oh. What?
Oh, okay.
You are wrong.
What am I wrong about?
Huh? About robots.
Okay. This would be where you'd expound upon that if you would like the fucking draft to continue.
Are you joking, dude? Like, say the rest of your words.
Oh, you said correct me if I'm wrong if Gavin's idea, and I said you were wrong.
All right, so what's the correction?
I don't know whose idea it is.
Okay, this sucks.
All right, we're doing a Gavin idea today. It's robot draft. Eric,
he just came in and said point of order and then sat there.
Point of order.
Gavin's at the point where he's just saying words he's heard other people say. Okay, doesn't understand the context behind them or what they're meant to do. How many times are we gonna randomize before we determine who goes first?
5 letters in robot.
There we go. I'm fine with that.
There you go.
Right. Excellent.
5 it is. As always, we're using Sean Bear's website, the regulation draft. The regulation draft generator, which you can use as well if you want to do drafts with your friends. We're going to randomize 5 times. Here we go.
Rolls off the tongue.
2, stop. 3. I'm almost done. 4. Here's 4. This is where it would stand if it was 4. Eric, Nick, Gavin, Andrew, Jeff. And remember, this is a snake draft. So 5 will go twice in a row. And here we go. We are going Gavin, Nick, Andrew, Eric, Jeff.
Yeah. I'm on an end for once.
Yeah, it's always funny when you're in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's not. Point of order. No, it's not.
Overruled.
Well, this was Gavin's idea. He really wanted to do robots first. So guess what? He gets the first pick. Gavin, what's your number 1 with a bullet pick? A number 1 best robot ever.
Ooh, you know what I like? I like robots from back in the day when they used to be called robots. And I think the best example of that is the little robot from the Twilight Zone.
Oh.
Was there a time when they were called robots?
For some reason, you watch a bunch of old black and white shit, they're always calling them robots.
Really? That's great. I didn't know that.
Is there like an episode this is from, or am I just writing Twilight Zone robot?
Well, I put a picture. I can't remember what episode it's from, but I remember seeing it. It was pretty mobile, pretty cool, pretty black and white.
A cash
Oh, wow. You know, it's weird. I've seen this robot, but robot, but I don't know anything else about it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, well, you've seen him in other stuff too, because he looks pretty much identical to the robot that was on that TV show. What was it called?
The Jetsons?
No,
I'm gonna say Flash Gordon. He looks like every robot from everything that was from the 1950s and 1960s.
Shared the same robot between studios.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it called? Why can't I think of it? Lost in Space.
Oh yeah, he does look like the Lost in Space
bit.
robot.
Danger
Yeah.
Will Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good robot.
That's a good robot, but not the one you picked. You happened to pick this robot, which is from the Twilight Zone, and his name is Twilight Zone Robot. So Twilight Zone Robot is number 1. Number 1 best robot pick from Gavin. You also called him a little robot, which is weird because he is human size. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose.
He's smaller than like Mecha Godzilla and stuff.
He is most things. I think we're smaller than Mecha Godzilla, but I don't,
Mecha Godzilla is an insane scale to work from.
Yeah, that's,
a robot. Oh, so to you, a robot that's normal size is Mecha Godzilla. Everything else is smaller or
Every
Shit, I should have picked Mecha Godzilla.
That's the bog standard regulation robot size Mecha Godzilla.
Wow.
oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. Well, we go to Nick to see what his first pick in this robot draft is.
Oh, well, it's the coolest, slickest, scariest robot that you can remember from the 90s, and your parents are dead because it's the T-1000.
Wow.
Ooh,
T-1000
good one.
is a good one. That's pretty
Great.
cool. It's a good pick.
Is it really a robot though? Because it's just metal.
It was on every list of best robots in film all time that I read. So I would say yes.
Interesting.
Why does it being all metal?
Well, it just doesn't have any electronics. It's just liquid metal, isn't it?
Well, I think the whole thing is electronics. They turned electronics into liquid metal. I think that's what it was, right?
Yeah, that was the technology.
You know what? Fair play. If it's conductive, it's a robot.
Yeah. It's some pre-nanotech shit.
I think we talked about this on 100% Eat the other day. When the head split in half like that,
Looks
that is
great.
that is like the coolest thing in a movie. I think that rocks.
That's a practical effect.
Yeah. Yes. That's a prop
looks
you can
great.
buy.
It's a puppet. Oh, is it
Yeah.
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's smaller than Mechagodzilla, so I don't know how.
He
It
is
is.
small. He's a
Slow-
little
slow
guy.
down.
He's just a little guy.
Who would win in a fight, the T-1000 or Mechagodzilla?
Oh, you mean a regular sized robot versus a tiny robot? Dude, I don't know.
I don't know, man. He's just metal. He could slip inside him.
I feel like he could
all right.
liquid his way up into Mechagodzilla, into his
Yep.
mecha brain.
Maybe you could steal some of them too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh!
But next, we go to the man who is the reason that we are doing this draft, the robot
Gavin?
himself, Andrew. Okay.
Oh, me.
Andrew
Crazy.
is now a little robot in our house.
It was Gavin's idea, but Andrew is the inspiration for the draft.
Correct.
am.
Exactly. Yep.
Rolling around.
Yep.
I'm going with a robot that is near and dear to my heart, that is from the past, and I think should stay there despite multiple attempts of trying to bring them to modern times. My pick is Bender. I love Bender. One of my great
drama.
childhood memories is in the summer going to my grandparents' house and just watching the original run of Futurama with my cousin. Oh, so good. I love that original run and have not been at all moved by anything they've tried to do after that, despite it feels like it's like an Arrested Development type show where they just keep bringing it back. And I'm happy, I guess, for those who enjoy it, but I don't need that.
So for you,
not
is
the
it
same.
more about the time that it represented in your life?
No, I remember loving that show so much the first time I watched it as a kid, and I would watch like 2 or 3 episodes a day before like we would leave to do errands and stuff. So it's a fond memory. When I think of robots close to my heart, that experience is high, and I just think Bender is a great character.
Full name is Bender B. Rodriguez, I believe.
That is
That's
correct.
correct.
Yep. But that's a good pick. I felt like that's
He was on my list. You took him.
it's an early on the list robot pick.
It's a good pick. It's a real good
yeah,
pick.
Yeah, really good one. But now we come to me, and I hope you'll give me some leeway on my robot pick here, because I don't know how you guys feel about it or whatever.
Ooh.
But I am going to pick Andrew from Regulation Podcast. My number one pick.
Was also on my list. God
Yeah,
damn it.
my number one pick for best robot is a man on this draft. So the inspiration for what we're doing and the reason we're doing it, it's Andrew, who has already given us all-time moments just in like 2 or 3 things that we've all done together, being a disgusting little robot.
He's heavy. He's dirty. He's
Yeah.
great.
I'm ready to take on some squirrels, is what I am.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
ready
no.
to jump off some ledges
no.
too.
We'll shove him in my ceiling.
He's gonna get sticky. We're gonna put him in the freezer. He's gonna start to howl. It's been good so far. So Andrew, you're my pick.
You need to restick me, I think, because I don't want to get taken by one of the squirrels. We need to make sure I'm strong and I can grip the ground real well, because I ain't going up no trees.
Could you imagine? Like we put it up there. It's like this will be funny, and the squirrels just pick him up.
It's like when an eagle steals a cell phone.
I think maybe we should get an RC Mechagodzilla to protect him.
Oh, shit.
Smart. But that's my pick is Andrew, and so Jeff, this is a snake draft, so you actually get 2 picks in a row, and I know that's
very
novel
excited.
for you. Yeah,
I'm very
you
excited
never
to have
get
the
that.
opportunity to do that. I'm following in your footsteps a little bit, Eric, in that I am also picking a robot that exists in the real world. Although I must say he is small on the Mechagodzilla robot scale. He is mighty in accomplishments. He is an overachiever. I'm picking the Mars rover.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
That robot's done some work.
He continues to do work. Nobody's asking him to work anymore. We told him he was done years ago, and he's like, "No, I'm not. You don't get this robot to stop. I'm going to keep transmitting data." And he does it without fail. That little son of a bitch won't stop. That is a robot after my own heart.
Just keeps going. Yeah.
Is that the universe's saddest robot where it sang itself happy birthday?
Yes.
Oh.
He didn't get to work from home during COVID either.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's his home now. He lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's after 6 months, you just live there.
Why did they program him to sing happy birthday to himself? Like, it's so sad. It's
It
so
really is.
depressing.
I get weirdly sad every time I see photos from Mars and it's not as red as I like to imagine it be. Like the movies make it so red.
How red are you imagining Mars?
They make it look so red and orange in like any media, and it's just not that vibrant of a color. It's more of like a gray.
Were you bummed when you went in the sea and discovered the sea isn't that blue?
Whoa, listen, I know that there's a place in Key West apparently that it is blue as can be. So no.
It ain't here in Texas, I'll tell you that.
man.
Neither am I, so I don't give a fuck about that.
Yep. Oh, man.
You got
All
me
right.
there.
Well, Jeff, great depressing pick to start, but
Thank
what's
you
your
very much.
second?
My second pick is an interesting robot because he exists in the world of fiction and reality.
Oh.
He kind of dances between the two. I've been a fan of his since I was about 16 or 17, and I still enjoy him weekly. I'm speaking of none other than Crow T Robot.
Oh,
Yay!
that was a very good one. We love Crow. Very, very good. So great, so fun. If you look at him as individual parts, you can just see what he's made out of. Like as a whole, great for a silhouette. Rough when you just look at a picture of him longer than 5 seconds. But I think Crow's a fantastic pick
Thank
for the
you.
robot draft. Wow, it didn't even cross my mind. Didn't even cross my mind. Dang.
Great pick.
I'm staying in the vein of, for my second pick, people that are robots. And I'm going to go with Haley Joel Osment robot from AI.
Oh, that's a sad robot too.
Yeah. He's Haley Joel Osment is a robot in AI. Doesn't really do anything to make him a robot. He's just simply Haley Joel Osment walking around going, "It's me, I'm a robot." The whole movie. And then he meets aliens. And then he gets a wish because the movie is Pinocchio, and that is what the movie. I think that's what the movie's supposed to be.
And then he sinks.
And then he
I
goodbye.
really need to see this movie.
And he spends 10,000 years rusting underwater.
You've never seen that movie?
Never saw it.
You've never seen AI?
Nope.
Gavin, I have a rabbit-like question to pitch to you here. Are we gonna classify androids as robots?
That was a question.
Yeah, why not?
I also had.
I would say so.
Okay.
What is the difference between an android and a robot?
I don't know.
Words?
I was wondering that.
I think it's just an android is more human-like, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a human form.
I wasn't sure if there's a thing where like androids are robots, but not all robots are androids. If it was one of those.
Yeah, like toads and frogs.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
What's a
he's a
cyborg?
robot. I don't know what to tell you. Here he is eating food and it doesn't work.
Okay. Not that I was disputing it in any way, but that's a great defense by you.
I don't know what else to tell you. He tries to eat food and it doesn't work. It just gets him all fucked up and gummed up and stuff. He's a
I don't want
robot.
to see this movie anymore.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't either. that totally turned me off to it. Anyway, question respectfully withdrawn.
Okay. I think question mostly just answered and slapped down, but that's fine.
No, withdrawn. I haven't made a decision.
Point of order.
Overruled. I don't know what these words mean.
So Haley Joel Osment's my pick, and now we go to Andrew for his choice here on his next robot.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a question about robots as well and what is or isn't a robot. What percentage of robot is required for a thing to be a robot?
51%.
51. Yeah, I was going to say the same.
Fuck. So if it's like
Oh,
50,
that's a great. Yeah.
Okay, well, we need to get in then to the specifics of RoboCop. He has a human face,
He's a
Plum's
robot.
He's
He's a
a
robot.
robot?
It's
Okay.
It's in his
RoboCop.
fucking name, dude.
Have you seen Robo? Yeah,
Oh, I
if you look-
have.
You look at the
He's
letters.
programmed.
You look at the
He's
letters. It's
programmed.
more robot than cop. And then also, if you see him all torn apart without the robot shell, he's hardly man. It's just
Yeah.
like a head.
Especially
Yeah.
in the remake, he was like a head with a bag of lungs hanging off it.
Yeah.
It was like barely
Yeah.
anything left.
It was really fucked up.
Well, I haven't seen the remake, but I was you saying 51% was terrifying because when I googled it, they said 50%, but it sounds like we all disagree.
He's definitely not 50%.
50% is a useless percentage. It has to be 51 and 49.
Yeah. I think it's fine. There's so many. I think RoboCop is such a good pick.
Then I'm going RoboCop. I love RoboCop.
Also on my list. God damn
Yeah,
it.
I mean it's so good for the Robo wants Oreo story, which is
Yes.
really good. But then
The lore keeps coming.
yeah, but then also in WCW when RoboCop comes out to help
Yes.
Sting,
Yep.
he saves Sting, so that's the world champion.
Here-
So that's pretty. He's helpful.
Here's the thing with RoboCop. I think RoboCop looks so fucking cool. But if somebody told me they think that he looks dumb as shit, I could also see that. And I wouldn't fight it.
He's cool until you see him getting out of a car.
I don't feel that way in my heart. I think he's just fucking awesome, but it swings both ways, and I would not fight either opinion.
Yeah.
I love RoboCop. Great game. Most recent one.
It's a polarizing aesthetic for sure.
Yeah.
Great movie. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. That is my pick.
I think that's a great pick.
Great pick,
I think that the 51-49 doesn't make any sense because he's definitely way more robot than man.
It
100%.
is. I haven't seen RoboCop 3, but I guess they get into the specifics of what in him is still human, which I think is a ridiculous thing to
If
do.
you've got a titanium plate where your dick used to be, I consider you a robot.
Yeah, you're a robot.
Once again, though, he is no Mecha Godzilla, so I don't know what any of us are doing.
No. He's actually a very small. We're picking a lot of very small robots.
This is a little robot
These are
draft.
so fucking. All these robots are so fucking small, dude. But Nick, are you picking a big robot, a regular sized robot, or a small robot?
I'm sticking small, baby. And these robots used to be untrustworthy in the eyes of one particular character in this series. And this robot slash android proved her wrong. I am, of course, am talking about Bishop from Aliens.
Oh, great pick.
One
There you
of my
go.
favorite characters of all time.
He's
Wow,
great.
really?
Love him.
He's great.
What is it about Bishop specifically where you're like, hell yeah, this is it?
I like that the audience and characters are just viewing him with the same lens of a previous robot that's dead from the first movie, and I think he just walks that line really well, where he's like, "Oh, is he? Isn't he? Oh," and then he saves the day.
It's also Lance Henriksen is awesome in anything he does.
He's so good.
He's also such a selfless character. There's a bit where he's getting welded into like a 1 foot diameter pipe, and he's like, "Oh, what's your fingers?" He's like making sure everyone else is all right as he's been stuck in a tiny pipe.
Is he the one that does like the knife trick thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that part's cool. That part's awesome.
Yeah, the thing that what's his name didn't know about when it was happening.
It's so good. That part's awesome. Bishop's a really good pick. I really like that. Very, very cool pick. And he's small compared
He's
to
small.
just according to Gavin and where he lists normal size robots. Speaking
Just
of
a tiny
Gavin,
little guy.
he has our next 2 picks in the robot draft.
Hang on.
Well,
Notice you already put your pick up?
he's got squirrel problems, everybody. Give him a moment.
They've breached. They're inside.
They're losing
no.
their minds over this potential Mecha Godzilla pick that's coming.
Man, I would love to have. I'm so stupid for not including Mechagodzilla. What a moron.
Add him now.
You
fool.
can now.
Yeah, you have the power.
Or
You have 2 picks.
I could go for one of my favorite robots from a 1950s film. It's the robot from Forbidden Planet.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah. I see what you're doing.
He's a great little robot. He's got some cool little things on him.
Picking up what you're putting down.
What I,
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is stupid.
He's a phenomenal
Yeah.
robot.
Gavin's got a theme for once. I love it.
Hey!
And he's quite small, isn't he?
Do you think everyone's gonna get mad at him like the way they get mad at you, Jeff, or do you think it's gonna be okay?
Dude, I get so fucking crucified when I do this. If Gavin gets away scot-free, I'm going to be really annoyed.
I haven't seen either of the stories relating to these robots. Are they supposed to be like modern inventions? Because they're so bulky and unnecessarily large. Like they're just, although small on the mecha scale, as I know, but they just don't seem user-friendly or convenient in any way with how they're designed.
That's the robot of the future.
Well, you have to think too, like in the 1950s and 60s when this was made, a computer was the size of a building.
Sure.
So this was their idea of tiny.
I feel like every robot in Fallout was inspired by this robot.
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, I've destroyed that specific robot a million times. No hesitation. Well, 2 is true, but let's see if 3's a pattern because the next pick is Gavin again. And let's see what he picks here for his next robot.
Interesting you ask. I'm going to go...
Not that, truly, Gavin, not that interesting. This is the order in which this goes.
Kind of expected.
Pretty expected and normal that you asked. But this time, I'm going to go for it's quite a small robot. It's slightly taller than the man in the picture. It's the robot from Columbo. It's a great robot. He talks to the robot. He's asking the robot stuff about murders. The robot's filling him in. Phenomenal robot.
Great.
This is a Steven Spielberg draft.
Yes, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
I like that his ear is like one up, one to the side.
Oh man.
In everything he's in.
Every iteration.
What's going on with Columbo's posture in this?
Oh, he's intrigued.
He's Columbo.
He's
intrigued by the robot.
I mean, so would I. But he looks kind of huddled up. He looks thicker than I think of Columbo typically.
Huh.
I think it's an interesting pose.
Thicker? It might just be the way the jacket's hanging.
I don't know. I can't articulate exactly what I'm seeing here, but that is not a pose I've seen Columbo in typically.
He was always a bit of a gremlin, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like he's hunched quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's always like...
You know what? He definitely is, yeah.
Well, he's just asking the robot one more thing. Just one more thing.
He's also with a robot. When have you seen that?
Yeah,
That's true.
That's also very true.
Yeah. I mean, Columbo's typically talking to people, and maybe
and his
he's
dog.
just mystified by how small this robot is.
Possible.
Alexa, order a coffee. Like he's just yelling commands at it, and he doesn't know how this works.
Columbo using Alexa. We need to bring back Funny or Die just so we can make that.
Yes!
Can be for Old Spice or something, and they could pay everyone like less than union wages. That's exciting.
I would definitely use Alexa, though, if it was in the corner of the kitchen.
Sounds like you have some 3D printing to do.
Put Andrew's head on that thing and you got it. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, you've seen what Gavin's picked so far. It's now your third pick in the robot draft.
Ooh. Gavin mentioned Fallout, which got me thinking about a certain character that I actually found very interesting. I know Fallout 4 kind of divided fan base on how they felt about it. I love the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with one partner in that game, Nick Valentine.
I knew it.
Who is an old private eye, old world detective kind of dude. And he even has a cool quest line where you can go and solve all that stuff. But he's also just an interesting character since, you have to deal with all the synths throughout that game anyway. And he is one. So how does he play in this world?
He's a great pick. He's probably the companion that I used the most when I played the game.
Me too.
Definitely.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the most interesting character in a game full of less than interesting characters.
Yes.
I like the reporter.
Yeah, right. We're cherry picking things that were interesting in the game that was sort of bland, I think is what I'm saying.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well,
I think it's good.
Nick Valentine, very, very good pick. A very small robot compared to a regular sized robot.
Same name as you, Nick.
I know. I like
Crazy.
Very interesting.
Right?
Oh, a draft of just Nick robots would have been really interesting if you could make a draft out of that.
Ooh, Nick draft.
Yeah.
Robot Nick.
Draft.
Not a Nick
Robot
draft.
Nick. Oh.
Nick draft. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, write it down. Write down Nick draft. That's a really good idea.
I like it.
Andrew,
Mhm.
you are the titular robot in this robot draft, so what's your next pick?
Well, Nick Valentine is an interesting one because we're going to do a sidekicks draft, and he was on my list for sidekicks.
Wow,
So that
interesting.
Oh,
Pulls him
how
from
interesting.
that. But I am going with, once again, we talked about RoboCop. It's in the name. To me, an iconic robot that is not in the name. It's actually quite the opposite. I am drafting Mega Man. Love me some Mega Man. He's got a blaster for an arm. He goes around, he fights bosses. Those are such fun games that they'll never bring back because people don't want them. But I really enjoyed all those games.
So that's
Yeah.
not a man in a suit?
No,
No,
he's a robot.
No.
Oh,
Mega Man's a full robot all the way.
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I thought he was a cyborg. Okay.
No, there's no human part of Mega Man. He's fully
What about his
a
face?
robot. What about his face?
It's human looking.
Okay. And
Gotcha.
they made him look like that.
Mm.
Oh. All right. I respectfully withdraw my question.
Stop respectfully withdrawing your questions. What do you think? Do you think Rush is an actual dog?
It's a band.
Okay. my question's disrespectfully withdrawn.
That dog sang Tom Sawyer.
Spirit of the radio, baby.
I think Mega Man's a great pick. I don't know if they're going to make any more of those games. I think the last one that they made was like sort of like medium received.
Mhm.
And I guess that kind of goes into my next pick also, because my next pick is Michael Fassbender robot from Prometheus, and I don't anticipate them making any more Prometheus-esque movies after Romulus or whatever.
David.
Yeah, David. His name is David. Yes.
He'll do the fingering.
And also,
Yeah.
He's creepy as shit. That dude.
So that's my pick. Michael Fassbender, I think, is a great actor that should be in more stuff, especially after Black Bag. Put that guy in more things. I think he probably had kids, and then he went, I don't want to do this right now. And now is the time for him to come back as the robot and answer all the questions we had left over from Prometheus. Like, what's going on? Where are you going? What is this? And many others.
You mean Alien Covenant didn't do that?
Prometheus is a weird movie because it follows like what Alien did, almost like beat for beat, and then just goes in like a different direction, kind of. I don't know. It's really, like, I just don't know why they made it. I don't know why they made Prometheus.
Got a squid. Got a big old alien squid.
Mm.
That's all I think about with Prometheus.
I think about when the guy dissolves, he drinks the stuff and he dissolves in the
yeah.
water.
Dissolves into the water, yeah.
It's the most interesting
Yeah.
part of the movie. It happens like right at the beginning. You go, what is
Yeah.
this? And then it's like, yeah, don't worry about this.
I like when the
Okay.
old guy's like, what's the meaning of us? And the robot's like, "Rah!"
Yeah, he fucking like screams, like fucking picks him up. Fuck you.
It's like, how dare you talk to me?
Is that how you make crest, Gavin? Some person drinking, dissolving.
Yep. Dissolve into the water.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're at the end. So snake rules. You get 3 and you get 4. This is your final 2 picks here for the robot draft.
This is exciting for me for a couple of reasons. One, I'm really excited about my 3rd pick, but 2, I don't know what my 4th pick is yet. I haven't decided. So future Jeff is going to figure that out in about, I don't know, 45 seconds.
Cool.
For my 3rd pick, I'm excited to go with a robot that is near and dear to my heart. It's one of the few robots that I have owned and used throughout my adulthood. It's also a robot that has appeared in content and done very well for Gavin and I. I am speaking, of course, of the Roomba.
Great robot.
Ooh.
Classic robot. So many
It's a great one.
iterations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
really
great.
great one. That's
So
especially with
many
the knives.
iterations.
Yeah, especially with the knives too. Do you guys like doing that? Do you guys like the knife Roomba thing? Like you feel
It
like
was
that's
so much
something we
fun.
should we do that with Andrew?
Yeah. I want
Yeah,
a
we could.
knife attached to me.
You put a knife on Andrew and you have him chase down a Roomba to see if he can do it.
Maybe we should all wear some metal ankle guards.
No.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
No, what? Why did you say no? And
Well,
why
I
did
thought,
you say
okay,
it
in my
so
defense,
fast?
this is what happened, okay? We were all talking about attaching a knife to me and running around catching people, and then Gavin brought up ankle guards, like I would target you guys, and that my brain went that like that was the content idea. I'm now seeing that it's just like a helmet, like a protection type thing. You guys are all wearing protection for when I potentially accidentally go rogue. I misunderstood. I thought Gavin was pitching.
You view ankle guards as a helmet?
Well, it's protection, is what I was. Is
an
the
anklet.
point I was articulating. You know, like Spartan helmet, as we went over recently. Spartan anklets. Keep them safe.
Jesus Christ.
I thought Gavin was pitching that I chase after you guys with a knife. That's why I said no immediately. But I was also thinking about that I don't want a knife when I go see the squirrels, because I would feel so bad to accidentally knife one of those little guys. Little menaces up there. No knives. I'll accept, actually, there will be knives, but no attacking with the knives.
What?
Well, no, but yes.
Oh, I'm great. I'm as good as one can be that's smaller than Mechagodzilla.
For my fourth pick, the first three robots I picked were kind of grounded in reality and robots that kind of exist. But I decided for the fourth pick that instead of trying to follow along that thought line, I would pick something, an enjoyable robot that I like from popular culture and from media. And so I'm going to go with a bit of a bad guy, but just a delightful robot to interact with, and one of the best villains in a video game I think I've experienced. I'm going to go with GLaDOS.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
good
robot.
pick. That was on my list.
That's a good one.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Terrifying, but great.
Wheatley would have been a good pick. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you still have
Oh, if
a
only
pick,
there was still
Gavin.
time.
You seem upset, like everything's passed. You keep going, I should have picked that. And you have more.
A pick.
You can still pick.
Nah, trust me, everything's passed. Locked in.
Trust me is nuts. I think GLaDOS is a great pick.
Thank you.
We go to my last pick. And again, I'm going to ask for some leeway, see if you guys will allow this.
Okay.
Really, there's no way I'm probably going to back down from this because I think, I'm right. I'm going to go with Harrison Ford robot in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. He's a replicant.
He's a replicant. Yeah.
I think that's heavily inferred.
If you have a problem with that, argue in the comments, guys. That's
He had a baby, though.
mm-hmm.
Didn't they undo that in the second movie?
think they did.
Ooh.
Oh. Wait, wasn't the whole second movie about he had a kid?
I meant him being a robot.
I didn't see the second one.
No,
So
he's
I'm-
still a robot because he was.
Okay. All right. I didn't see the second one either.
Wait, you didn't
Wait.
see the second one?
Wait, hang on.
Wait,
Hang on. Nick, you didn't see the second one?
No.
Okay.
But how do you feel about Minority Report?
Never saw it.
Just giving opinions to things we hadn't seen.
It's been confirmed by Ridley Scott that he's a replicant.
So
Okay.
So wait. Nick was like, yeah, man, they undid that. In what?
I've heard
Beats
rumors
me.
on the streets.
Yeah. I heard rumors on Wikipedia that I might have. Well, no, I didn't read the article. Never mind.
Nick is
nuts.
how misinformation starts.
Yeah. Yeah, put it. Whatever. I don't care.
Phenomenal.
I need to see the sequel.
That was wild.
Incredible. That was Nick. That was really crazy.
There's some wild takes today in this draft.
This is a good one, man. I'm impressed with you. I'm really impressed with you.
Can this be behind the paywall?
I'm generally not a fan of misinformation being spread, but I'm all for this. If we just want to make this a thing, then he's not. I'm pretty into this idea.
Nick News is very interesting to me, where it's just some stuff that he heard or read one time, but he doesn't really know what it's from or what it's about.
What if we did like a series where it's predict a movie sequel badly?
I mean, I don't know what the series is, but a series called Nick News has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just by the desk guessing the news.
Hey, what do you think
Yeah,
this
that's
is
great.
about?
We
Ah,
throw a
man.
date at him, and he has to guess the news in his news anchor suit. And it's like, all right, May 17th, 2029, go.
Maybe we just like spin by a bunch of tweets and headlines without any
Yep.
of the full context, and he has to like
Oh.
get the news from it.
Yeah.
That's the news.
Yeah.
Today, Balloon Boy's back.
2029, Balloon Boy returns and he's in the balloon again? That's awesome.
Yeah, but for real this time, right? That's what happened.
Well, that's my fourth and final pick. And Andrew is down to his
picks.
last pick as a robot himself.
I don't know if I'll get pushback on this pick, much like Eric. I think this may be one of the great underappreciated robots. It's a thing that I don't think many consider to be robot. If you guys say it's not a robot, I guess I'm fine with that, but I'm drafting vending machines. Vending machines anywhere. Is that not a robot? If a Roomba's a robot, how is a vending machine not a robot?
Well, it's in the name. It's a machine.
Oh,
A Roomba is a machine.
A Roomba is called a vacuum cleaning robot.
they're automated machines.
All robots are machines, but not all machines are robots.
Damn.
Okay.
I
Hold
think we
on.
have to. I think we have to take a vote on.
I mean, it's mechanical. It's
yeah,
not-
this is why I think we
Right.
need to take a vote.
So's a toaster.
It's less human than RoboCop.
Hold on.
But a car is mechanical. It's not a robot.
Yeah, a toaster's mechanical.
Okay,
There you go,
so
Andrew. What about that? That is definitely a vending machine robot.
If somebody told me that their toaster's a robot, I don't think I'd push back on that.
that's
Personal.
the
Are you
fucking.
shitting
You're
me?
an insane
Are you out
person.
of your
You're
mind?
so.
No.
You think if on the podcast Gavin said that his toaster was a robot, you would just let that slide?
Yeah, I definitely would.
But there's
Wow.
no autonomy in a toaster.
Is autonomy a necessary part of a robot?
Well, I don't know. Like a Roomba just kind of sees shit. It like goes about based on its programming.
I feel like function versus.
Okay. So let's take a vote. Andrew, is a vending machine a robot?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay. Gavin, is a vending machine a robot?
Almost certainly not.
Okay. I'm gonna vote yes. Jeff, is a vending machine a robot?
You're a
Not even close.
Okay, and now we leave it up to Nick to really make the decision here about if Andrew can have vending machine on this list.
Do I want to overcome the replicant thing? I'm afraid. No, it's not a. It's not.
Oh,
robot.
Andrew, we took a vote. I was on your side, buddy. Unfortunately,
I appreciate
vending
it.
machine not going to count as a robot, so you're going to have to
Okay.
make another pick.
Also-
also, it's not a fucking robot. You're insane.
I Googled it. It said Google says while vending machines are automated, they are not generally considered robots because I guess they're not autonomous and
Yeah.
they can't do complex tasks like interact with their environment.
What about a crane game?
I would also
Yeah.
say they're the machine that goes wrong the most in my life.
Really, a
The
vending,
vending
machine?
machine?
I have bad vending machine luck. I'm always getting gummed up in them.
Huh.
You're not supposed to put anything in it.
You put money in it.
Well, I'm putting gum in it.
Gavin's like Homer Simpson. He's got his arm stuck in there because he doesn't know how to
Yeah.
let go of the can.
Yep. All right, so Andrew, vending machine is out. What you got?
You know what? I'm sick of all these tiny robots.
Yeah.
I'm going with an appropriately sized, average, standard baseline we can all measure off of Mecha Godzilla. What a character.
Godzilla.
Hey!
Incredible. That's
You did
he's finally a regular sized robot around here.
You know what? I think it's important to recognize that. I
Incredible.
was not a fan that they tried to make him not a robot in the sequel. I was very upset about that, but
Mhm.
outside of that, no complaints about Mecha Godzilla.
Everyone's good with Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
Good with it.
Just making sure.
Oh, I mean, it's a
Wait.
robot, so definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it's in the name. I also drafted Mega Man. I just want to point out how dumb that was as a counter to why a vending machine isn't a robot.
Well, it's not called a vending robot. It's called a vending machine.
It's not called vending,
That's
man.
true. That's true. My
Vendo.
It's
point
not-
is, I drafted
it's not-
something with man in the title.
Yeah, but he's not a man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's my point.
Wait, what?
Okay, but that. What?
Overruled.
Point of
wrong.
order. It's Nick's
Ah.
turn now. Nick, you get your final robot pick here.
You know, just nostalgia is important. And
Yeah, look at Gavin's.
look at where Gavin's gonna go. And I could block him, but I won't. So
You don't know where I'm going.
well, now I kind of want to guess. No, but I'm thinking back
Vento.
to the afternoon after school's over. You come home, you flip on the TV, and there to greet you is Tom, the Toonami robot.
Oh, Tom
Voiced
from
by
Toonami.
Steve
He's a robot.
Bloom. Is that his name?
Oh.
Yeah, do you guys not remember this?
Don't know that robot.
No. Not
Oh.
familiar with him, but he seems like a robot.
I got the American vote.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's good. The one that I remember more was this guy. It's the same guy, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like before they changed his look or whatever, and he's like a little
Yeah.
idiot.
Now that's a little robot.
Yeah, that's
I think
To
he'd be
me,
way
is
cooler
like a
if
little
you,
robot. Yeah, that's
Like
Tom.
put coins in him and he dispensed the Snickers.
No,
Or something.
no.
Now, that would be a robot.
Can somebody lend Andrew a robot? He's short.
This might be the smallest robot potentially on this list. Could be the
It sure
smallest
looks
robot
like
so
it.
far.
Could be.
Yeah, could be. However, we're gonna round it out with Gavin, who's making his fourth and final pick in this robot draft.
Now you may be predicting what I'm doing here. You might think, I know Gavin, his favorite movie is The Invisible Boy. But that is not my fourth robot pick.
Ah, yes, of course.
My fourth robot pick is Arok, the housekeeping robot from the 70s. If you just play the first 4 seconds of this video, it's got Mega Man vibes. It's a robot with a
Okay.
human face. Play some of that.
I don't like the beginning of this video
Bad.
instantly. It's real
Oh,
bad.
no, I don't like that.
Very
Oh.
realistic housekeeping robot. It can pour you a drink. It can try and collect your mail.
It
Does
can,
all kinds
I'm sorry,
of stuff.
It can try. It can try and collect your mail.
So far, everything you're describing is a vending machine.
Uh,
Can give you a drink.
Well,
It can
no.
try. It will not be successful.
well, skip to 205 in the video if you want to see it attempt to collect mail.
Okay.
Let's go to 205.
I'm watching it
105.
give him a drink right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So his head's
It's
looking
gone.
up. He's grabbing the mail. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. He's attempting to grab the mail.
He's just
Okay,
looking
missed.
at it.
Yeah, he
He's
missed.
trying.
Okay, he missed. Oh, he
he's
touched the
getting his
mail.
thumb in.
Okay, he pushed it back in.
He kind of mashed it back in, but he tried.
Yeah, and then he looks at you directly. I don't like his
I have failed you.
I don't like his body with his head, and it has like
It's
antenna.
terrible.
It has antenna like he's a bug. I don't like him.
That's a great robot, Gavin. I love
Thanks.
Ugly small robot.
I don't want a robot in my life that has the success rate of a claw machine for what it's
I
trying
like
to do.
it. He gets stuck at like 20 at like 241 and the lady has to move him.
Yeah. There's also a bit earlier on where he's walking a dog and he accidentally goes off the road and they have to run and stop him from falling over.
Oh no.
It's at like 107 in the video. It's great.
Uh,
Oh, man.
well, this robot's vile and terrible. I wonder what he looks like now because all of like the rubber or whatever that he's made out of is
Oh,
all
yeah.
deteriorated and
Yeah.
disgusting. It's probably really awesome.
Did you ever see when they found the Hoggle puppet from Labyrinth like 30 years after the movie?
I don't
No,
think
what?
so.
I bet he would look like that.
Hoggle
Hoggle.
puppet.
Puppet.
Oh my
suitcase.
God. Oh. There you go.
Gee, oh,
jeez.
They found him
Well,
in a
that's our
suitcase.
thumbnail. Oh my God.
Dan. What the?
It's missing its cheek. Its skin is peeling. It looks terrible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Oh.
Five Nights at Freddy's got some inspo from that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I just want to love.
Oh, brutal.
Is that Freddy?
Huh?
I've never played those games. I don't know how it works.
He's not a replicant. The sequel.
But there's a
told
cool
me so.
robot in it.
Well, speaking of cool robots, all of the cool robots have been chosen. We've done all the robots in the robot draft. Gavin has picked Twilight Zone robot, Forbidden Planet robot, Columbo robot.
Robbie
And-
the robot.
And
Robbie the robot.
who's Robbie the robot?
I was just saying the real name of the robot as you read off each one. It's just called Robbie the robot.
You can't.
Okay.
How can you do that? You
Can't pick the same robot 3 times.
can't pick the same. That's like Andrew picking Bender 4 times.
No, they're different characters, but they're all played by Robbie the robot. The
You
actor.
just told you what?
All right, so audience, discount 2 of Gavin's picks. He only had 2 in this one.
Well, like imagine if Robert Patrick also voiced Nick Valentine. That's still 2 robots.
Yeah. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but he voiced it.
He's playing a different robot. It's not Robbie the robot
different
he's
characters.
selecting. It's the character he's selecting as the robot.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like Columbo robot.
Yeah.
And A-Rock is your final pick. Nick has T1000, Bishop, Nick Valentine, and Tom from Toonami. Andrew, honestly, the most conventional choices. I'm shocked. Bender, RoboCop, Mega Man, Mechagodzilla. Tried to pick Vending Machine. Didn't know. I have picked Andrew from Regulation Podcast. Haley Joel Osment robot from AI, Michael Fassbender robot from Prometheus, and Harrison Ford robot from Blade Runner. And Jeff has chosen the Mars rover, Crow T robot, Roomba, and GLaDOS. Guys, those are all of the robots that we chose. How do you guys feel about this compendium, this full list here of best robots?
Well, I want to apologize.
great.
I don't usually do this thing in the drafts, but it is so fun. I can see why it's done so often. But I apologize for it.
Jeff, do you think he's going to get just blasted?
No, I think he'll be fine. He'll get a pass.
No,
I'll be
he
like,
deserves
it's funny when Gavin does it. Everybody loves Gavin. He's the boy with the golden hands.
Now, that would be a cool robot.
I was so blown away by the research on this because I typically after we do these, we always do our robots that didn't quite make the cut, you know?
Sure.
Our runners up. But I kind of want to hold on to them just in case we ever have another robot draft.
Oh,
because
interesting.
There were
Okay.
so many, I thought.
I think there's more robots, and then we can see how many more
agree.
robots Robbie the Robot was in or whatever. How many more movies?
Yeah, let me see what else he was
Work
in on IMDb.
on
Yeah, cool. Great,
defense
man.
for why a vending machine is.
I have another 6 on my list that are all like
Wow.
big time robots.
Okay. Well, that's our robots draft. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the Patreon. Check out YouTube. Check out our gameplay channel, our regular podcast. We have so much everywhere. Patreon.com/theregulationpod. But guys, this has been a robot draft. Andrew, as the robot, the resident robot here at Regulation, why don't you take us out with a cool outro and say goodbye?
Oh, I got it. Do you mind if I use my native tongue for this?
Please, by all means.
Beep boop beep 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 boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop 1001 beep boop 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 beep beep.
Snickers.
Goodbye.